What's up, YouTube? It's me, Kikochio. Today we here for video game review. Yes, we gonna review a Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver, but more Heart Gold because that was the one I played. Even though the first one I owned was Soul Silver, but I played the Heart Gold one recently, guys. And yeah, let's talk about it. Pokemon. You heard this, guys? Did you guys heard this? What the fuck was that, man? Let's just ignore this. Pokemon Heart Gold Soul Silver. It's a great movie. Alright? It's a game, not movie. I just made a movie review recently, but we here to talk about the video game. Well, Pokemon Heart Gold Soul Silver is a remake of Pokemon Gold and Silver. They came out for the Game Boy Color, guys. Remember this? It's just a remake, guys. So it's just like this game, just with updated stuff, such as like a bigger Pokédex, right? You get a bigger Pokédex. That's cool. You always wanted to replay through like Gold and Silver with more Pokemon choices. That's great. Updated graphics, updated gameplay. It's great. They thought about they thought of everything. They made sure this game is gonna be great. Unlike Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green, which are remakes of Pokemon Red and Blue, they only they only did small updates to keep it as faithful as possible. And Heart Gold, they went a little bit further. You had stuff like running shoes, but even the touchscreen, you could select. If it's an auto run, that's great. That's a feature they never brought back. But then Pokemon as a whole changed, and that's why. But I liked it so much. The best features was this. The second one was Pokemon following you. It's not necessary. It's really not necessary, but they put it in there. That's why I'm never gonna forget this game. But it clearly was a factor, a selling factor. They wanted to sell this game. That's why they did it, guys. Pokemon following you. That's it. That's all I want, right? So you start this game. It's exactly like Gold and Silver. Besides the fact that you have more Pokemon. That's it. The level curve is like a little bit higher, maybe. But that's pretty much it. That's really it, and it's for the DS, and I just played it. I just picked it up, and when you get to pick the starter, you get to pick 3 starters. Chikorita as always, Chikorita, Totodile, and Cynical. You get to actually see them. So if they're shiny, they show it to you. So you have an odds of 3 times 8,000, which is still high. Or was it 4,000? I think it's 8,000 though. That's very high. I didn't do no shiny hunt, but it's great. I just did not want it the shiny. I did not want it. That's why I didn't do it. I picked Cynical, as you can see at the thumbnail. I picked Cynical, and then I went do my Pokemon Adventure Heart Gold. I already did it countless times, but I recently did it again, and I was like, it's fun. I didn't know why I put this game away for so long. I picked it back up, and it was actually fun. So I picked Cynical. I called me a Pidgey. I called it Bird Jesus. Then I caught a Mareep. I caught Zubat. And then I caught how's his name? I don't know, but it's I caught a Bellsprout. Then I traded Bellsprout for Onyx, Rocky, right? Which has which has set nature, which is shit, but for early game it's good. And then I trained them up because it went fast, and this got me. I got through this game without losing, guys. the The first time I lost was the eighth gym. I didn't lost once, guys. Nobody's lost. The first time I lost was the eighth gym, and it's because I was too lazy to grind. So I just fought the gym leader over and over until I won. But yeah, guys, if you guys are really great, and that's why I don't do Nuzlockes, because I'm like, so Nuzlockes, it's not that hard if you think about me only losing the eighth gym, and it's because I was tired then, But this is how my team started. After that, I swapped a few. The first major changes I really made was when I found Gyarados, the shiny Gyarados. And that's where I swapped for Gyarados. Then later on, I found the Taurus. Because they added some more hardcore, some more maps where you can get to Safari. Who knows? Maybe it was planned to be in the base game the get go, but it couldn't back then. But I found the Taurus there. Taurus is so fucking strong. Guys, if you want to play to this game with no worries, you need to get the in-game trades for Onyx, the in-game trades for Machop before the third gym. You just have to catch a Drowsy. You get them. It has a Master Brace attached, so that's it. You get them. They help you through the game. Then you get a Gyarados and then a Taurus. It's pretty much over, guys. You have to get all of them. So I did all of this. I didn't have no difficulties. I just had fun. I had very fun playing. The soundtrack, the Team Rocket stuff, incidents, even though it's short. The gyms are easy. There's so you have so many varieties of Pokemon you can catch. You could even get if you don't like Mareep, you can get a Magnemite. It's super easy to find. You find it before the fourth gym, and then you can just KO a bunch of tentacruels just to train up because it's a Thunder type. You already have a electric tank steel type. What else were there? You can get Growlithe, if you play Hard Gold. I wanted to use so many, but I couldn't. But I also called me a Growlithe. I got Eevee. I wanted an Umbreon, but by the time I was like a gym league, I already had full party members. They were like all like around level 40, and you get like Eevee is like level 5. Correct me if you get level 5 Eevee, like maybe later, but then never got. And when you get the 8 gym badge, you get a Dratini for free, and it can use extreme speed. So I had to do some resets until I got the one with the right nature, since that extreme speed. So this one I'm gonna make offensives. If it learns Dragon Dance, I don't even know. Maybe in the later generation, I don't know. It's been so long, I cannot look this up now. But that's what I did. Then I got the Dratini. I liked it so much. I trained it up, and then comes already the ending part when I went to the league, right? Guys, I wanted to actually get my Dratini up to a Dragonite, but guys, when I got to the league, I already won, guys. What my team was consist of Typhlosion. I had a Typhlosion. I had Ampharos. I had Gengar. Then I had Gyarados. Then I had a Taurus and my Dragonair. Have I forgot someone? If it doesn't matter. But that was my team. So I even had one who was not even fully evolved. I guess I would have been there until I would be like level 55, but it didn't happen because Gyarados learns Dragon Dance level 44. So when my Gyarados was level 44, I taught him Dragon Dance, and guess what I did? My team was strong enough to beat all four, the Elite Four, no question. I mean, for the first one, Psychic type, I just used Gengar, Shadow Ball, all of them died, right? Even Taurus one-shots Jinx and stuff like that. Second one, Koga, don't even talk about it. Zen Headbutt with Taurus. Then a little bit Typhlosion, Then the Bruno is his name, right? He has two Onyx, so I'll just use Surf on them. And then for his fighting types, kind of all my team help, but you get the picture. It was too easy. Even the last of the Elite Four, the one, the chick, I forgot her name, but the chick who used dog types, she's a fucking bitch because her Umbreon uses double team, right? So I think a second attempt doing the Elite Four, I lost because of her. But other than this, I'll always win. All right. And then, guys, the reason why I beat Lance was just me using my Typhlosion on a random Dragonite he was using. I just used Smokescreen. And I managed to hit him 6 times with Smokescreen. He could use all these attacks he kept missing. Then I swapped a Gengar and used Hypnosis, put him to sleep. Then I swapped again, and then I put Gyarados. And then I set up Dragon Dance 6 times, and then I swept. This is how I beat the Elite Four in the Hard Gold. I just needed one Gyarados and a Pokemon who can do Sand Attack or Smoke Screens, so stuff like that. That's all I needed, guys. If not, I would have just leveled up until I would have had a Dragonite, but that's all I did. And the game was done. Wrong! Everyone who plays Gold and Silver knows after you beaten the Elite Four, you actually get to go to Kanto, guys. Yes, guys, they actually put a whole other region in the game without a DLC. Isn't this amazing, guys? Isn't this great? I don't know, guys. Don't worry about it. Well, then I went to Kanto. I did that. I did the radio stuff. The thing, where you get the Poke Flute as a reward. This was the first thing I did. Then I caught me a Snorlax because I was like giving Snorlax rest and sleep talk and making him a tank is just too strong. So I caught this. I caught that. And then when I was about to beat, because you get to, that's the best thing about Heart Gold and Soul Silver. When you're done with the story and you're kind of sad it's over, it's not. You get to do the other 8 gyms, right? But guys, I didn't do it this time. I usually do all the 8 gyms because it's fun. You get to use, I trained my whole team. They were like all like in their 40s, still are. They're still untouched, guys. They're just like they were. And I was like, yeah, let's do the other 8 gyms. I still have the save file, but I kind of abandoned it, guys, to be honest. I was kind of done when I was done with the main story. But that's what you can do. You can do the other 8 gyms. That's fun. And after that, guys, you can do the League, the Elite Four, again. And they're going to be stronger, Yeah, they're going to be stronger. So that's a challenge. That's great. It keeps you playing a little bit longer. And even after this, you get to fight Red. Right, Red. Everyone knows him and the epic soundtrack. That's why I know many look at Pokemon Black and White 2 as their favorites. But if your favorite is Heart Gold Soul Silver, I kind of get why. It's very fun. The soundtrack is very lovely. Everything. It could also be the best game ever made, Pokemon game, right? And yeah, I didn't do it, guys. I just didn't felt the need to continue. But guys, I encourage you to do it. You can continue with the game and stuff once you're done. Guys, how about instead of me doing the post game in Hard Gold, how about I just take my party, our party I use for the Elite Four, I just take them, I put them in another game. I put them in another Pokemon generation. I just transfer them over and use them there. So all my training, all the time I spent grinding them up is not going to be a waste for nothing, because what's the point? Finishing the story and then stop. I don't know why you guys do this. I didn't play the post game from Hard Gold, but I'm going to transfer them in another Pokemon game and play there. So there's something completely different. But as a whole, as you guys can see, Pokemon Hard Gold is going to get a lot of points for having 2 regions, for having all of this. It's a remake, guys. So for a remake, it should really get a 9. I would give it a 9. Pokemon Heart Gold should get a 9 out of 10. I mean, you had the Pokewalker, you have all these things. They added the great selection. You maybe don't get everything in the game, but you can trade them over and stuff like that. So that's great. I would give it a 9 or 10 or maybe 8. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm thinking about stuff we could have changed and did better, but the game kind of nailed it for me. It really did. It's even so much sometimes I feel it's overwhelming to do everything else. Because the thing is there's so many Pokemon games. So I just choose to move on sooner. You know that's what I chose. If I would have a lot of time left, but I doubt it, and then I would still do it. Maybe I would do the post game. Maybe next time. Maybe my next playthrough I'm gonna do the post game. But I already did it, guys, and that's why. Maybe that's why I did it. I did it at the points. At the time, I did it so much. My Typhlosion was like level 80, or I don't know what level. Such a high level. I killed them all first hit. But it is very fun, guys. Check it out. If you wanna play Pokemon, I guess I would recommend you Pokemon Black and White, the second one. I like this more. But Pokemon Black and White in general, or Hot Gold Soul Silver. Maybe if you guys want to play Platinum, but it's not as good as Hot Gold. It's still fun, but it's not as good. You don't get as much things to do, right? So yeah, guys, for me that's it though. All right, if you want another Pokemon version review, but I think that's gonna be the only one. No, I already made one, so it's gonna be one of the last one I made. Though I'm not gonna make all of them. There's just some Pokemon games I don't care about anymore. Just like Gen 6, Pokemon X and Y. I'm just like, why? No, but I really don't care about this game anymore. I played this. I owned this. I played this. But I don't care about this anymore. I wouldn't even play this anymore, to be honest. It would be very hard for me to find a reason because there are so many Pokemon games. I'm most likely never gonna play the post game of Heart Gold anymore. Because a lot of new games got out. I played the post game, but that was at a time before all these DLCs, all these new games came out, guys. And we're not only talking about Pokemon, so yeah. I would recommend more the DS games, but the Game Boy Advance games also fun, you know. And then I would just play a few modern. If you plan on playing Pokemon the modern games, the ones that came out after the DS era, I would just play a few. I will not play all of them. It's just not worth it, guys. But yeah, guys, if you want more Pokemon review or video game reviews, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll be surely back for more. Until then, guys.